from the Opus Radio News Center, this is an Opus Radio News Update.
Good Friday morning. I'm Quartemont with your web news update. Good news now for areas of Alexandria and Pineville that were looking at being without federal flood protection. FEMA announcing it will take a second look at the flood risk of communities before it gives final approval to its new flood risk maps. FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate says the agency will do a more detailed analysis of the flood risk of communities that are not protected by federally accredited levees. The change in policy would leave large parts of Alexandria and Pineville having to scramble for flood insurance. Now, the cities had gone to court over that very issue. FEMA's delay of the plan coming after 5th District Congressman Rodney Alexander proposed legislation which would stop the without levees model. We'll keep you posted on what happens next because the issue is not yet resolved. A Sabine Parish jury has convicted a Colfax man of beating another 53-year-old man to death in an attack from behind while the man was fishing at Toledo Bend Reservoir. 43-year-old Troy Mundy faces life in prison after a second-degree murder conviction for killing William Wayne Michelle of Manny. Michelle's body was floating in the water in May 2007. Mundy was arrested a day later. Crime lab experts testified blood on his clothes matched Michelle's, and Michelle's DNA was also on a ratchet found in Mundy's pickup truck. Mundy will be sentenced June 6. Our sympathies go out to the family of RPSO Captain Ricky Doyle. He died in his home Wednesday after a long bout with liver disease. Doyle, one of the more visible members of the office, a fixture at Alexandria Aces games as head of security. He also served as the assistant warden at Detention Center 1. Sheriff Chuck Wagner says Doyle will be sadly missed. Doyle's friends and family had just celebrated his 59th birthday on Saturday. He is survived by his wife Patty, 2 sons, a daughter, and 3 grandchildren. Funeral services will be held Saturday at 2 p.m. at Hope Baptist Church in Alexandria. Visitation at Rush Funeral Home in Pineville will be today, Friday, from 2 until 10 p.m. and then from 9 until the time of the services tomorrow. Taking a look at state news now, today is the day. End of speculation as Governor Jindal unveils details of his $24.9 billion budget proposal. Commissioner of Administration Paul Rainwater will present the governor's budget for this next year to the House and Senate budget committees this morning. The spending plan will look to bridge the $1.6 billion gap in the general fund, could force as many as 2,000 workers from their jobs, boost retirement costs for state employees, and assume the sale of 3 state prisons. There will also be less money for state colleges and charity hospitals. Lawmakers will spend months, however, going through the spending proposals before they craft any final budget. The Louisiana Workforce Commission says the state added 9,500 non-farm jobs from January 2010 through January 2011. Now, that was a decrease of 3,200 jobs from December, but overall an increase of 9,500 from the current year. The seasonally adjusted unemployment rate for Louisiana in January was 7.8%. That is up slightly from 7.7% for December. Tragic news out of New Orleans. An Ohio man who was apparently carjacked and kidnapped by 2 fugitives who had escaped from Louisiana has been found dead, however, at an Alabama hotel. The body of 53-year-old David Michael Cups was found at a hotel in Bessemer, Alabama. Police say the fugitives were pulled over in Tennessee on Tuesday evening in a car that had been rented by Cups, but 33-year-old Darian Drake Pierce of Bogalusa and 36-year-old Ricky Wedgeworth of Memphis were able to get away. West Tennessee authorities still searching for the men who had escaped Friday from a Louisiana State Police compound in a state van. Let's take a look at some of the events happening this weekend here in central Louisiana. We'll talk about your high school senior project. Pineville's Lindsay Burkett made hers a trip to Honduras in December. There, she had the chance to teach 58 village children art lessons. Lindsay brought back a number of those works of art with her, and you have the opportunity to see them in person as part of a special art show. It's called Brush Strokes for Hope. It happens this evening from 4 to 8 p.m. at Louisiana College's Weathersby Fine Arts Building. Donations and proceeds from the sales will go to benefit those children, so we wish her the best with that. On stage, Pineville High School is presenting Beauty and the Beast, 7 p.m. tonight in the auditorium. Tickets will be $15 for adults, $10 for students and for seniors, and 6 and younger, they get in free. Tickets can be purchased online at pinevillehigh.net. Also, they'll have shows tomorrow at 7 o'clock and Sunday at 2 p.m. Then that same schedule next weekend, also a Thursday at 7 o'clock showing next week as well. Well, here's a guy you don't seem to see much of anymore. Ronald McDonald, the Clown Prince of Mickey D's, will be making an appearance tomorrow, however, from 10 to 1 p.m. at the McDonald's on the Monroe Highway in Pineville as part of a grand opening of their new-look restaurant. Now, if you are a Civil War history buff, you'll want to head out to Fort Randolph and Bulow, the historic site, tomorrow for their monthly Professor's Corner, this month featuring LSU Alexandria Assistant Professor of History, Dr. Chris Stacy. He will do a presentation on Civil War uniforms. That presentation runs from 1 to 3 p.m. Also, it's your last chance to see Alexandria's America's Got Talent star Taylor Matthews before he heads west. A concert tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Journey Church campus to benefit St. Jude Children's Hospital. Tickets $15 in advance, $20 at the door. You can get them online at senlacure.com. Roller derby, you bet. Opening match for the 2011 Senla Derby Dames as they take on Lafitte's Ladies tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the Rapides Parish Coliseum. So check out the Derby Dames as they square off in their first competition of the year. Also in Friday sports, talk about your huge weekend matchups. The number 7 LSU Tigers welcoming the 6th-ranked team in the country, Cal State Fullerton, for a 3-game series at Alex Box. Game 1 tonight, 7 p.m. 31 World Series appearances between the two schools. The LC baseball team opens a huge weekend series when they host Mississippi College tonight at 6 p.m. at Billy Allgood Field. Same two teams will play a doubleheader tomorrow at noon. And the LC softball team has their home opener tomorrow evening when they take on Mississippi College in a doubleheader that starts at 5 p.m. In high school sports, Dee Birdsong, 29 points, 17 rebounds, leading Rapides to a 93-71 victory over Fairview in the Class B semifinal at the top 28 in Lafayette. Rapides will face Wally in the Class B title game tomorrow at 2 p.m. Tonight in the Class 4A semifinal, Peabody facing Northside at 8 p.m. The winner of that game will face either Salmon or Bossier in Sunday's 4A championship game that will start at 5:30. LSU eliminated from the opening round of the Southeastern Conference Tournament. Mercifully, you might say their season is over. It was an ugly win for Vanderbilt, 62-50. LSU finishing the season 11-21, second straight 20-loss season after the Tigers had won the SEC title back in 2009. And the Hornets have named Ed Lang as their chief financial officer. He spent 13 years with the Nashville Predators of the NHL. Lang will oversee financial operations, human resources, information technology, facility operations, and administration. We have more news throughout the day posted on our Truth 104.3 FM Facebook page. You can always send us your news, Sunlaw News at opusbroadcasting.com. Have a great weekend. I'm Al Quartemont.